How's it going, everybody? Wayne here. So I thought I'd do a little bit something different than the N64 Complete in Box Quest. I was asked a few months ago to make a video on the top 5 Japanese PS2 exclusive games. Well, with as big as that library is, I really don't know what the top 5 games would be in that library. But I do have 5 fun games for the Japanese PS2 that never came out in North America. So let's check them out. So the first game up I found for about 1,000 yen out here in Japan, which is a little bit less than $10. And it's a helicopter simulation game, and that game is Air Ranger Rescue Helicopter. Air Ranger is a helicopter simulation game that released for the PlayStation 2 in Japan in 2001 and in Europe in 2002. There are many scenarios in the game that require you to go to the rescue. You'll airlift accident victims from city streets, rescue drowning people from sinking ships, and even save people stuck on a runaway train. The graphics aren't the best and the game can be choppy at times. The controls also require a lot of finesse. The controls aren't bad, but it's simulating a helicopter in extreme conditions, making you have to fight the helicopter to stay on course. Once you do master the controls, you'll be having a blast saving victims from horrible situations. This game isn't for everyone, but if you do enjoy simulation games, it's worth picking up. The game is also inexpensive, so you won't burn a hole in your wallet. Next up, we actually have a golf game, and that game is Street Golfer. Street Golfer is a golf game that released in Japan in 2002. The game was also released in Europe. Street Golfer is not an ordinary golf game. Rather than golfing on beautiful greens, you take golfing to the urban environment. There are all kinds of obstacles in your way as you make your way to the hole, such as building, bridges, and even fans. The graphics in the game aren't great, but it's just a fun golfing game. The controls also take some time getting used to. The physics in the game are not accurate either. Some of the balls would travel for miles before stopping. Once you do figure out the physics and controls, you'll be a pro and having a blast. So I didn't realize it until today, but I actually have 2 copies of the game. The copy that I already showed you, and I also have a copy of the Simple 2000 series. And I tested them both. They're the exact same game. And when you look this game up online, you'll find out that the Simple 2000 series is considerably cheaper. So I would go ahead and go with that one. It was also cheaper when they first released. This version was 6,800 yen, whereas the Simple 2000 series was a 2,000 yen game, which is less than $20. Next up, we have a bullet hell, and it's probably one of my favorite items in my Japanese PS2 collection, and that game is Trigger Heart Exilia. And this one came with figurines with it to go with the game, and it's a really cool piece to own. Trigger Heart was originally released in the Japanese arcade in 2006. It later came to the PS2 only in Japan in 2009. Trigger Heart is a bullet hell game. What sets this one apart from the other bullet hell games on the PS2 are the moves the character has. Besides the main weapon, you have a power move that's well animated and super powerful. However, the coolest thing is being able to grab your enemies right out of the air and use them as a shield or spin them around and toss them off the screen. The game would be better if it used the full screen, but that's only a minor complaint. The controls are good, but it would be nice if your ship moved a little faster when you're in a tight spot. Trigger Heart is a really fun game. Unfortunately, this is a game on the list that's a little more on the pricey side. Next up, we have a restaurant simulation game, and that game is Curry House Coco Ichibanya Kyo Moi Ginki Da Curry Ga Ume. Coco's is a multitasking restaurant simulation game that released for the PS2 in 2004, only in Japan. The game is based off the Coco Curry House restaurant in Japan. Customers come in and you must say hello when they arrive. They put their order in and you make it. Too much of any ingredient will make you have to start over on the dish. As you progress through the acts, the game gets more and more chaotic. You have to cook chicken and vegetables depending on what the customer orders. You also have to make sure they don't cook too long or they will go bad, making you have to recook them. And don't forget to say arigato gozaimasu as the customers leave. That really pisses them off. Curry House Coco is a fun game that's nice to have in the collection if you want a game that gives you the Japanese feel. Last but not least, we have a racing game, and that game is Tetsu-1 World Grand Prix. Tetsu-1 is a train racing game that released for the PS2 in Japan in 2001 and in Europe in 2003. In Tetsu-1, you'll battle 5 other trains in a fast-paced race. There are a ton of different trains to choose from, as well as a good selection of tracks. The idea of the game is to get to the finish line first while avoiding being derailed by other trains and sharp corners. This game has a high difficulty, and it'll take practice getting used to it. But overall, it's a unique, fun racing game that you won't find anywhere else. Well, there you have it. There's 5 fun games for the Japanese PS2. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comments if you liked it and if I should do more of these type videos for the Sega Saturn, PC Engine, PS1, more PS2. Let me know what you think. Also, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. And until next time, I'm Wayne, and thanks for watching. Curry House Coco Ichibanya. Kyo moi ginki da. Curry ga ume. Curry House Coco Ichibanya. Kyo moi ginki da. Next up, we have a restaurant simulation game, and that game is Curry House Coco Ichibanya. A restaurant simulation game, and that game is... Next up, we have a Curry House Coco Ichibanya. Kyo moi ginki da. Curry ga ume.